Hey guys, welcome back to Zell, your go-to place for mastering global finance certifications such as US CMA. Now you've gone through the study plan, solved the mocks, memorized the formulas, but what's really going to make the difference on the exam day? It's how you handle questions under pressure. In this video, we're sharing section by section tips and strategies to help you approach the exams confidently, efficiently, and accurately. So let's dive in. Now, before you start the exam, you get 4 hours per part, 3 hours for MCQs and 1 hour for essay type questions. The MCQs come first and you must score at least 50% in MCQs to unlock the essays. Now, you cannot go back to MCQs after you move to essays. So take your time, flag difficult ones, but don't leave too many unanswered. Now, always read the requirement first. If it's a variance question, identify whether they are asking for price, efficiency, or total before jumping into calculations. Assume rising prices unless stated otherwise. Many costing traps flip logic on this. Now, in standard costing, know which variances relate to quantity versus rate. MCQs often trick by flipping these as well. And here's an essay tip. If it's about a decision, for example, is it about make versus buy, clearly explains both financial and non-financial factors. Now, for financial reporting, scan for IFRS or US GAAP. This usually determines the correct treatment. And watch out for accounting principle keywords, revenue recognition, inventory methods, depreciation methods, etc. Now here's some cash flow question tips. If an asset goes up, cash goes down and vice versa. Think in terms of outflow and inflow logic. A common mistake is mixing up direct and indirect method adjustments in cash flow statements. Do not make this error. Now, when it comes to planning, budgeting, and forecasting, know the difference between top-down and bottom-up budgeting. This often comes in the scenario questions. For variance questions, draw a simple table if needed, and don't do it mentally. Structure beats speed under pressure. Now, another tip on essays. Use bullet points or a brief format to explain types of budgets or forecasting techniques. Graders love structure. Regarding corporate finance, now watch out for weighted average cost of capital versus marginal cost of capital. These are not interchangeable, so look at the context. Is it for ongoing valuation or a specific project? Now, for time value of money or net present value NPV questions, make your calculator your best friend. If a question involves dividends or splits, ask one question. Does this impact actual value or just structure? Stock splits don't increase value, they just repackage it. Now, for decision analysis, identify the focus. Incremental cost, opportunity cost, contribution margin. What is it? That's your key to unlocking the correct calculation. For break-even questions, clearly write out the formula. Break-even sales equals to fixed costs divided by contribution margin. Once again, essay tip, show your steps. Even if you don't get the final answer, CMA examiners give partial credit. Now, for professional ethics and internal controls, when in doubt, pick the ethical and compliant answer. The IMA body ethics standard always favor transparency, integrity, and objectivity. For internal control questions, don't just pick add more procedures. Think about preventive versus detective controls and whether the solution solves the core risk. An essay tip is that you clearly state what principle is being violated and then recommend the corrective step. Now, when it comes to performance management, guys, know your ratios, right? The ROI, ROE, residual income, economic value added, but most importantly, interpret the result. A high ROI does not always mean good decision making, and do not look at ratios in isolation. Balanced scorecard MCQs. In this, watch out for keywords in the question that tie to financial, customer, internal, or learning metrics. Now, a trap alert, guys. Don't confuse leading versus lagging indicators. Think about timing, not category. Risk management and investment decisions. Let's jump into this. The CAPM, the capital asset pricing model formula. Expected return is equal to the risk-free return plus beta multiplied by the difference between the market expected return and the risk-free return. Double check whether the question gives risk premium or expected return. An easy trap. Now, when it comes to the type of risks, right, there are multiple: credit, market, operational. You match the action in the question to the risk definition, not just the keyword. An essay tip, guys, use real-life phrasing. For example, a firm should diversify its portfolio to reduce unsystematic risk. Practical tone over here helps. General exam day tips. Now, when it comes to time management, do not rush MCQs, but do not get stuck either. If you hit the 2-minute mark and move on. Essay writing. When it comes to essay writing, guys, use clear structure. Intro line, steps, calculations, conclusions. Handwritten logic gets points even without the right and perfect answer. Now, when it comes to the elimination strategy, narrow down to 2, then pick the most ethical, practical, or technically correct choice. And guys, think like a manager, not a student. CMA questions are application heavy. That's why you've chosen them. So always ask, what would I do in this business scenario? In conclusion, the US CMA exam isn't just about knowledge, it's about thinking clearly under pressure, structuring your answers, and showing business logic. If you follow these exam day habits, you'll walk in with confidence and walk out with a smile. If this video helped, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more practical CMA prep strategies. And hey, if you've got any questions, drop them in the comments. We're here to help you every step of the way.